You're still tuned in on your greatest young show on land. Yes, I said it. This is your greatest young show on land with myself, Baby Sihu, right on Keith Ngesi Radio. And once again, in case you didn't know, now you should know that Keith Ngesi Radio is not your average radio station. This is radio beyond frequency, but most importantly, we are radio according to you, and we're broadcasting live in East London, but we're not limited by the confinements of East London, nor of Eastern Cape, nor of South Africa. We are international. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by simply going to knrapp.co.za. I repeat, that is knrapp.co.za, or download our app on Google Play Store. It is the Keith Ngesi Radio app, and follow us on Facebook. We are Keith Ngesi Radio, and on YouTube, CZ YouTubers. So subscribe, like the whole thing. Do the whole thing, and follow our sister pages as well, the Keith Ngesi Digital TV on Facebook and Keith Ngesi Digital TV on YouTube. We're live on Facebook, as you can see. You know, there are two people here, and then this one who talks a lot, that is me, of course, and this other one who has a beautiful machine at the back. Like, that is power stuff. I'm looking at it and I'm like, hey man, how do you operate a beast? But yeah, we have as you can see on the screen, Lesego, the Coffee Bae. But on Young Purpose, I don't introduce my guests, because I feel like you know your story better than I do, and you'll say it better, because I'll say a lot, and you'll be like, hey, listen, I'm just here as the humble coffee guy, you know, coffee makes me humble, especially in the morning. Or I'll say little, and you'll be like, hey, nigga, I make the best cafe mocha in the world, give me my accolades. I got a numeracy award in grade 1, so please make sure you come right with me. So I'll quickly give you a chance to introduce yourself.
Okay,
for that reason.
Alrighty, Lesego. I'd like to call myself the Coffee Bae, coming all the way from Cape Town, and I'm based here. Very passionate about coffee, as you can see. This is my home studio. It's my main cave. This is my coffee. I don't sell coffee whatsoever, but yeah, I've grown, love and passion for coffee, and that's what I do. That's who I am.
Coffee studio. Hey guys, home. Wait. Home studio. Coffee. Man, he has a coffee bar in his house.
That's
what happens right now.
When you love something, it's like a hobby. That's what I do. When I'm bored, I come make coffee.
When I'm bored. Oh man, oh my goodness. First of all, this is one of my favorite interviews ever. Like, this is one for the heart. This is one for the heart, because I'm a coffee person, and of course I'm not having coffee though, but like
such hypocrisy, imagine.
Sips in regret. Sips in shame.
I won't judge you. You can enjoy a milkshake. It's all good.
Yeah, but it's chocolate, giving me coffee vibes, close to it.
Chocolate, coffee, they're neighbors, so you're good.
You were drinking something there. What's that?
Many people will just say coffee, so I made a flat
white.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm saying that, because coffee has many variations. It comes, it's like today you have a face beat, tomorrow you have a weave, tomorrow you have a 13-inch. Do you know what I mean? It has many expressions.
Yeah.
So when you say coffee is just an umbrella term. What coffee are you having? You can have a flat white, you can have a mocha java, you can have a cappuccino, which is what many people love. You can have
butterscotch latte. Butterscotch latte.
You know what? A butterscotch latte, a hazelnut latte.
Listen,
I can go in the whole day. But I made here a flat white. So a flat white is basically an espresso. Then you put a little bit of milk there. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. It looked really nice.
Well, this is pretty much what it looks like. I don't know if you can see me. So it's coffee, and then it's got a little bit of foam.
Wait, how important is that? Naming the coffee for what it is, and not just saying coffee, because a lot of people I was just like coffee, but wait, now you're specific about how important is that to you.
I think saying coffee as an umbrella term can tend to devalue the proper coffee, because I meet a lot of people and like, I'm a coffee fan, I love coffee, and okay, what coffee do you drink? and they mention a brand, which I'm not gonna mention here, but it comes in.
Yeah. Yo, that.
Yeah, it comes in a yellow tin. That's all I'm gonna say, right? They're like, yeah, no, I drink that coffee that comes in a yellow tin. I'm like, that's not coffee. You know what I mean? So we have to be specific. When I ask you what coffee do you drink,
Man, you're killing me.
And I drink this, I drink that, because then it can gauge. I can be able to gauge exactly where you are as far as
being a coffee.
As far as coffee is concerned. Yes, but I do not regard someone who drinks the canned stuff a coffee fan.
Is it just the yellow thing, or are there other?
Anything that comes in a can is terrible. That's my opinion, right? I know a lot of your viewers are going to chastise me and say, how can you say that? But that's my own opinion, which I'm entitled to. Anything that comes is not coffee. You do find other variations, like your instant coffee, your freeze-dried instant coffee, which comes mostly in a jar, like in a glass jar. The other one starts with a J. I'm not going to continue.
Yep.
Right? And you find other similar ones. So it's called freeze-dried coffee. So basically what that is, like they pre-make the coffee. Then what they do is they separate the liquid from the pre-made coffee, which then leaves you with the granules, what you find in the jar when you buy. Which means all you need to do is to rehydrate that mixture, which gives you coffee. Is it good coffee? Absolutely, 100%. It's proper coffee. It's 100% coffee. But you cannot always have pre-made things. You cannot always have canned food, like tin stuff, every single day. You know, canned.
Charred, tinned, everything.
Once in a while, you want to go to the fish shop and buy like a fresh thing and you know, properly make it. So you can actually get to enjoy the fish, whatever the case. It's literally the same with coffee. The best way to enjoy coffee is freshly ground, freshly made. That's just, the way it is.
Seem like you're enjoying your coffee. You're drinking it from a glassy thing. And we're used to people using mugs. And you are out here glassy. What's that all about?
There's nothing to it, to be honest. It's just being fancy. I've got many. It's just being fancy. I've got many different kinds of cups on top of the machine there. I'm not sure if you can see them. But if you wanna make an espresso shot, for instance, you're not gonna use a huge mug. Of course, you wanna use a proper mug. I think the same rules that apply to coffee apply in other things. Like if you wanna drink wine, you know, there's a specific glass that you use for wine. You don't use your mug to drink wine, right? So same thing. If you wanna drink cappuccino, there's a dedicated cappuccino cup. If you want to drink a flat white, there's a dedicated flat white cup. If you want to drink a cappuccino Vinasse, or you want to drink whatever you want to drink, there's a dedicated cup for that.
For that,
it doesn't change anything. You still get to enjoy the content, right? But I think just to wrap the whole thing up nicely, it has its own specific.
Yeah, it becomes an experience. Now
Absolutely.
I feel like less of a coffee fan because Mina, anything... Hey man, I feel like this was a self-drag. Because I'm just thinking, girl, are you really a coffee person? Because I'm the one who always buys coffee. Like I'm constantly buying coffee, and it's always been a dream of mine to actually have a coffee bar, at home. And I wasn't aware that is your home coffee bar. I thought you were at work. Barista vibes. I didn't know that you just bought and you make coffee.
So I physically built the whole studio. This is in my garage. So I built the whole thing, and I set this up. I used to have this in the kitchen, but then the machine takes up too much space, and I had something with my wife because it's now taking up the whole kitchen. Now the whole kitchen is a coffee shop. So I thought, let me just divide the garage up in half, and so I have the whole setup here. But yeah, this is in my garage.
So is this where the whole family comes to make coffee, or do they have their normal coffee inside?
No, this is where we drink coffee. This is
okay.
This is our coffee place. So if you want to make coffee or tea, we come here.
Or what?
Or tea. For those that drink tea. My wife is a tea fan, so.
Are you a tea person?
I feel bad to say this, but I can't stomach tea anymore. I just can't. There's nothing wrong with tea. I used to enjoy tea. There are times once in a while when I drink tea, but I have to put a lot of milk, almost cloud. There's this funny aftertaste that I get from tea.
Like I always say to people, there's character flaws, and then there's drinking tea. Like, explain to me why people drink tea. We get it, nobody's perfect, but why are you drinking tea? So I feel affirmed now that you don't stomach tea.
And I think there's levels to the whole thing, right? So, and it doesn't mean if you don't have a coffee bar at your house, or you don't have this expensive machine, that you're not a coffee fan. You can be a coffee fan in your own right. The best way to enjoy coffee, or the best kind of coffee, is the one you enjoy. It doesn't matter how you make it. It doesn't matter, the kind of equipment you use. You can be a coffee fan in your own right because you genuinely enjoy coffee. Just because I have all these things now doesn't mean you have to feel bad that so it means I'm not a coffee fan. No, you are. Simply because you love
it. That's you just being humble, ne?
No.
Hey man, that's
me.
Modesty.
No, I'm winning you over because we all start somewhere, right? 10 years ago, I was probably in the same place where you are.
Yeah.
And it took multiple experiences. It took multiple things. I mean, I did a whole coffee course. I basically studied coffee, and so that's how it took time and years and experiences and studying and all of those things to get
I was about to ask that did you learn how to make coffee? Like, did you go to school to learn how to be a barista?
I did, because I wanted to do it on a more professional level, right? And I also wanted to learn everything about coffee, from the plantations to the processing to the roasting of the coffee, up to the preparing of the coffee, which is this stage, and ultimately what's going to be in your cup. So I wanted to understand the whole thing. Where does the whole thing begin? How is coffee grown? How is it processed? How is it transported? How is it roasted? What are the different levels of roasting and stuff like that? So that when I taste coffee, I know exactly what I'm tasting. I can pretty much break it down. I can tell you when coffee is bad, when it's good, if it's good quality coffee, if it's bad quality coffee, if it's from Brazil, or if it's from Colombia or Ethiopia.
You're basically that guy.
It takes time.
Insane.
I'm not even there. I still have to do more courses and to become what they call a coffee sommelier, which is a coffee expert. So you know coffee in your sleep. But I'm not there yet. I'm still getting there.
So are you telling me right now, if I give you a butterscotch latte without telling you, you would be able to identify, like, this is a butterscotch?
I'll give you an example. So it's like a chef, right? When a chef tastes meal, they can tell you, okay, so there's coriander in here, there's
cinnamon.
Like that, because their palate has been trained to know exactly, to almost break down the flavors and to associate that flavor with a particular thing. So with coffee. Coffee that's from Ethiopia and coffee that's from Brazil does not taste the same. Coffee that's from Kenya and coffee that's from wherever, it has different taste profiles, and the smell and everything is not the same.
Where do we get the richest coffee?
I think it depends from person to person. Again, the best coffee is the one you enjoy. So personally, for me, I love Brazilian coffee. Brazil is the biggest producer of coffee. And, for me, in my opinion, they produce the best type of coffee.
Okay, I like that. I didn't know that. And do you make your coffee from scratch, meaning with the whole coffee beans and, you roast them? Do you do the whole shebang?
So I don't do the roasting yet. I'm still working on that because it takes, obviously, you need the equipment. But if you can see, I'm trying to, right there. So that's the coffee grinder.
Your right is your left. Just know that your right is your left in actual fact.
Okay, I'm going to get used to it. So this is the coffee grinder. So you put your coffee in the chamber up here, and then it grinds. So it
Wait, by coffee, are we talking about the coffee beans?
I'm talking about the coffee beans. I'm gonna correct this now so I
Okay.
can show you what I'm talking about. So these are the coffee beans, right? So when you buy them from the store, it comes like this. So this is already roasted. It's already
Okay.
prepared. So it's as
Okay.
fresh as can be. Then you put it in that contraption there.
Wait.
Then
Do
it
the
grinds
coffee
it.
beans have a distinct smell? Like, can you smell them?
You can. I mean, if
Okay.
you come into
Okay.
the studio, everything smells like coffee here.
Oh.
It does have a very strong smell, and it tends to things.
Is it flavored or is it just coffee? Like, is it butterscotch? Is it like, where do we get to the part where we flavor the coffee?
Uh, Personally, I don't enjoy or I don't like flavoring coffee. I'm gonna tell you
Okay.
why, right? Because
Okay.
coffee comes with its own flavor. It comes with its own character. So once
Okay.
you put butterscotch or caramel or whatever, what you're doing is you're clouding the natural taste of the coffee. So then you don't appreciate the Brazilians for the kind of coffee they produce. So you don't appreciate, excuse me, you don't appreciate the Kenyans for the kind of coffee they produce. So I don't like to add things. I do that once in a while, but generally I don't add things to my coffee because I want to taste the origin of the coffee. When I drink coffee from Brazil, Brazilian coffee is nutty. It's got this beautiful, almost like you're eating nuts, this chocolatey taste, right? And then that's what I want to taste. That's what I want to enjoy. So even when I do make my coffee, it's just straight up the coffee and the milk. So I don't put what you call that. I don't put sugar and all other things.
I'm seeing. Is that like coffee beans? Are those coffee beans on your left? I think this side
So we got
behind
we got
you.
we got cut there for a few seconds. I'll need you to repeat the question.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing like pane on your left. Are those like coffee beans?
Tell me the color of the ingwa because I don't know what that
It's
is.
what?
No. So that's. I'm just gonna correct this quickly. Excuse me. I'm not getting.
Can you hear me? Are those like coffee beans?
I think we keep getting cut there, but so you're asking on the side, are those coffee beans? Okay, so those are all my accessories and stuff like that. I do have coffee beans.
Oh.
I do have coffee beans
Oh.
there, but these are coffee beans also. These are from Kenya.
Ooh.
So love Kenyan coffee. I don't generally put milk when I make this because it's got this beautiful citrus taste to it, almost like you're drinking wine. It's got that aftertaste. So, and that's what I was saying. Once you start putting sugar and milk and stuff like that, you're clouding all those tastes. You're clouding all of the goodness of the origin of the coffee. So, coffee is best enjoyed without sugar. Do not put sugar in your coffee. If it's good coffee, if it's bad coffee, by all means, put as much sugar as you need to. But if you're drinking properly made coffee with fresh beans, don't put sugar. Enjoy it like it is, and then get to appreciate, the Kenyans for giving us such beautiful coffee, or the Brazilians or the Colombians.
Does it matter how much milk you add to your coffee? Because I know a friend, Silk, always says, hey man, when I drink coffee, I don't want to be out here drinking a cup of milk. I want to drink a cup of coffee. I need to see my coffee. I need to see the color, So when I add milk, it's just nje, a small bit. So does it matter the amount of
No, it
milk
doesn't.
you add?
It does, in that you still have to, like what your friend is saying. It does because you still have to taste your coffee, right? So add as much milk as you want, as long as you can taste the coffee. Ideally, just drink it like it is. When I make other methods of brewing, I don't even put milk or sugar. I enjoy it exactly as it is.
That is dope. You're also a content creator. You make content on coffee. Tell us about that.
So I started having fun because I thought, I have this whole coffee studio and stuff like that. Let me just educate people about coffee. And my whole motto is that coffee is not just a drink, but it's an experience, right? It's not just coffee, it's an experience. So I want to bring people into the experience of coffee. That coffee is not about, it doesn't start when you have it in your cup. It begins when you tell yourself, okay, let me make a cup of coffee. And there are many different modes of making coffee. Obviously, this is one of them. I have a mocha pot. I have this beautiful thing. I don't know if you can see it. So that's called a siphon coffee maker. Right there. So you can actually enjoy the process. It's very therapeutic. I'm telling you. You can enjoy the process. You can enjoy this. So that's what I wanted to educate people. But you know what? You can actually enjoy coffee, the process of making coffee. But then again, coffee can go beyond instant coffee. There is good coffee out there, and that's why I started the whole thing. And as you would have seen, I made coffee in different ways. But I want to bring people into the coffee experience. I want to bring people into the coffee world, into the proper coffee world, and to have people really enjoy coffee. And yeah, that's exactly what it's all about.
Yo, man, that is so wholesome. Listen, in fact, I am getting a coffee bar. Like right now, I am getting a coffee. I am about to be serious about coffee because you're making me fall in love with coffee again. Like I already love coffee, but now I'm just like, whoa, coffee is a whole experience. Asanda Magaga is saying this conversation was made for me. I want a cup now. Just as long as you don't drink which one? The coffee from the yellow tin. Ne? That's what you said.
Try and avoid that if you can. And I made a TikTok the other time about the coffee from the yellow tin, and I mean I had some really bad responses. People say, no, how can you say that? We grew up
people were
that.
touched. People love
They
that.
were really touched. Like we grew up drinking that. That's coffee to us. I'm like, that's okay. If that's what you want to enjoy, go ahead and enjoy that. But I'm here to tell you that there's a better version of what you think is coffee. And you can either be offended or grow from the process. You can either tell yourself, oh, so what do you mean? What I'm drinking is not coffee? Or you can say, wow, okay, so there's a better version of coffee. Let me go for that. And yeah.
I like that. I also do think that Asanda's comment was him telling me, hey, listen, you need to wrap up this conversation because it's my time now, we're next. So thank you so much, man, for that. It was lovely engaging with you. I hope people will listen and just learn from you, man, and start to appreciate coffee the way that you do, or even better than you do, because, hey, listen, it is everything. Coffee is everything. Where can people catch you on the socials?
So at this stage, I'm still working on other platforms, but I do make some good, fun content on TikTok. So you can find that. It's the Coffee Bae. Just one word, the Coffee Bae. And yeah,
it's the best.
See my face there, and I'm the only Coffee Bae you will see on TikTok.
Oh man, love that. Instagram. No coffee content.
I'm not there yet, so I'm quite wary to share that handle. So at this stage, it's just TikTok.
Also, I'm a person right now. I want to buy coffee. I've never bought coffee before. What would you say I should order and buy?
When you go to the supermarket or when you go to the restaurant?
No, barista, coffee shop.
I would say go for
three best buys.
Okay, so obviously it depends if they have it available, but try flat white. Just ask them for a flat white. Okay. Flat white, cappuccino, and a latte, they're quite similar. So flat white, or you can ask for a cappuccino Venice. If your
cappuccino Venice, I hope you guys are taking notes.
A cappuccino Venice. If your barista doesn't know what it is, just tell him to make you a normal cappuccino and put put whipped cream on top, right? It's nice and beautiful. The other one is a chai latte. So chai latte is a mixture of chai tea powder, and they mix that with an espresso shot, put a bit of milk. It's magic. It's like romance in your mouth. It's amazing.
You said romance and we were sold immediately. Thank you so much for joining us, King. Much appreciated. I hope you enjoy your cup of coffee. It's cold now though. Ish.
Thanks for the chat.
Peace. We're out of here.
We are extra.